You're watching Indie Filmmakers Gear Friday, and in this episode,
the Nikon ZR, the ASUS ProArt monitors, and the SmallRig PA32UCDM TRIBEX Carbon II tripod.
Indie Filmmakers Gear Friday.
This is Nikon's first cinema-focused full-frame mirrorless camera. Inside is a 24.5 megapixel full-frame sensor. It records up to 6K at 60 frames per second in internal Red RAW. You can also shoot 4K up to 120 frames per second, and it gives you over 15 stops of dynamic range, which means you keep more detail in highlights and shadows when grading. One feature I really like is the internal 32-bit float audio. That gives you much more flexibility if your levels are too loud or too quiet. It has 5-axis in-body stabilization, intelligent subject detection autofocus, and dual card slot CFexpress Type B and microSD. Another big highlight is the large 4-inch vari-angle monitor, which gives you much more space to frame and check focus compared to most mirrorless cameras. Now, a small thing to keep in mind: it uses a micro HDMI port, not a full-size HDMI. We also tested the lens and camera in multiple situations on a gimbal while tracking a subject and following animals in motion. Across all those scenarios, the autofocus performed really well. Subject tracking stayed reliable, even at the longer focal lengths. As a creator, what matters most is the image. The footage just feels solid, sharp, but not over-processed, with natural colors and plenty of dynamic range. The Nikon ZR currently sells around 2,300 euros in Europe, which makes it very competitive for a camera with internal RAW. Let's take a look at two creative displays from ASUS ProArt. The PA32UCDM is a 4K QD-OLED with true 10-bit color, up to 1000 nits peak brightness, and a fast 240 Hz refresh rate. I used a different monitor before, but once you work on a QD-OLED like this, I genuinely don't want to use anything else. You get rich true-to-life colors and highly accurate factory calibration, so what you see on screen matches real colors very closely. And another thing I really love is the design. It looks super clean, and it just makes your whole desk setup look better. And the fact that you can turn it vertical is great, especially if you edit a lot of vertical content. Even some of our Indie Filmmakers crew members who are into gaming really appreciate how smooth and sharp it feels. Big difference here is the QD-OLED panel. It gives you true blacks and much stronger contrast. Once you go into the menu, you'll see presets like Rec 709, DC-IP3, sRGB plus HDR modes. So switching between projects is super easy. We even use this monitor as a background for our creative miniature setups. The colors and contrast just make everything pop. The other monitor is the PA27JCV. It is a 27-inch 5K IPS display, really sharp, clear detail, and just easy to use from the start. The higher pixel density means you really start to notice the small details, which is great if you're into photography or design. While it uses a traditional IPS panel, it focuses on delivering high resolution and reliable color performance at a more accessible price point. Both monitors support USB-C Thunderbolt with power delivery, which is great for Mac users. And with HDMI, DisplayPort and USB ports on the back, it's easy to plug in whatever you're working with. At the moment, you're looking at roughly 1,600 euros for the PA32UCDM and about 759 euros for the PA27JCV. This is the SmallRig PA32UCDM TRIBEX Carbon II tripod kit, and you instantly feel this thing was made for fast run-and-gun filmmaking. The first thing you notice is the hydraulic one-touch leg system, one pull, instant deployment. It's a carbon fiber build that stays surprisingly light, weighing about 3.8 kilograms as a full kit with the fluid head, so it's easy to carry around on location. The height goes from roughly 27 centimeters in low mode up to about 168 centimeters, giving you flexibility from low angles to eye level. Load-wise, the legs handle up to 25 kilograms and the fluid head supports around 6 kilograms, perfect for mirrorless rigs with cages, monitors and mics. At around 889 euros, it's a well-built tripod that stands out for how quickly you can switch setups.
thanks for watching Indie Filmmakers Gear Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Indie Filmmakers.
Indie Filmmakers Gear Friday.